economics teacher, and I'm here to begin with another new topic, just a continuation from the last class where we left over. We were dealing with the contribution of agriculture, what agriculture has contributed in the development of our economy, Indian economy. Today we'll see the problems of Indian agriculture. I gave you food for thought questions. What are the basic problems of Indian agriculture? How can this problem be revived, or what are the solutions we can find for revival of such situations? So today our topic stands as problems of Indian agriculture. What are the basic problems that our Indian farming sector faces, or Indian agriculture sector faces, that we'll see. The first point says it is a rapid growth of population. We are overpopulated. This is a known fact to all of us. Overpopulated can only become assets when all the overpopulated people contribute in the development of the economy. But here the case is just the reverse. The population keeps on increasing, but the contribution of each individual keeps on decreasing. As far as agricultural line is concerned, the problem here is that we have limited land where the unlimited people reside. Now, in order to reside at a particular place, there is some sort of adjustment. That adjustment meets with the prior needs of the individual. Now, what I mean to say, whenever the population increases, they require a place to live in. Means they require a land to live in. The moment they occupy the land, that particular land will become barren, or that particular land will be occupied, and overall the result will India will have less of the land for the production line or for the farming line. So overpopulation is a big cause which actually decreases the amount of, or the area availability of land for the cultivation purpose, for the farming purpose. Second point is conservative outlook of farmers. Means our farmers are not that futuristic. They do not have the vision. They are not so open to adapt any sort of technology or adapt any sort of changes. But they are still in the earlier times where people used to use the different methods of production, which actually is outdated today. Means they are not ready to adapt to the new conditions, new situations of the market. That is why they lag behind, or they do not be a part of the competition. In order to be a part of the competition, in order to be a part of the market, you need to upgrade your skills, which our farmers are not ready to. There are certain reasons to it. First is that they do not have the literacy level, their vision is not so futuristic, they are not very well trained that they can be a big asset for the economy, big asset for the family. So they take it on a very casual basis. This actually results in the low production line. The third point is dependence on monsoon. Dependence on monsoon. Here, the nature still dominates our agricultural production. Whatever we produce, we are somewhere down the line, dependent on monsoons only. It is the monsoon which supplies ample amount of rain, ample amount of water, which is required for the cultivation, which is required for the farming of any products. So we, since our population is increasing, our needs are increasing, at the same time, we do not have the sufficient resources to fulfill all our needs. So what we do, we actually create an alternative line. Alternative line means that we actually look for something which can replace the one. Something which can be replaced by one. Means we are not getting directly satisfied. Now here I am talking about the water. We are running through the crisis of water. It is assumed that if the things are not under the control, the next world war would be because of water only. The third world war would be because of water only. So we do not have the ample amount of water over here. So what, as a farmer, we totally depend on the monsoon or the nature to bless us with ample amount of water. Then only our cultivation process, then only our farming process continues. So here the dominance of nature. Nature dominates us. Whenever there is less amount of rain or frequent rain is there, the crops do not grow in a very good condition. The crops do not get proper nourishing, as a result, which actually creates a problem for the economy. A disbalance is there, a misbalance is there in the economy, which actually leads to rising the cost of productive activities. The fourth point is defective land tenure system. Our land tenure system is very defective. In spite of abolition of Jamindari system, we are still under the pressure of following some sort of regulations. Our land is not that fertile. This is one bare fact that we need to understand. Our land is not fertile. Our farmers are not equipped to it. Our farmers are not very literate. Our farmers are not adapted to new technologies, which actually overall results to defection in the land system only. Our land system, means the division of land, is not on the equal basis. The division of land is not on an equal basis. It is divided on different scales, different parameters are adapted, due to which the cultivation land is not in that amount when compared with the rate of population growth. So defective land tenure system is another demerit of Indian agricultural system, which our farmers, which as a citizen we face. The fifth point is uneconomic holdings. We have uneconomic holdings. Uneconomic holdings means there is a sample. There is a sample survey, National Sample Survey (NSS), which actually has given data. I'll just read the data. That 52% holdings in 1961 to 62 had a size of less than 2 hectares. In 1995-96, 80% of total holdings fell under this category. Most of these holdings are only extremely small. They are also fragmented in a number of tiny plots. Means the holding part of the land is divided into so small parts that it is very difficult to produce something out of it. When the land system or when the land is divided into many smaller parts, it is very difficult to produce something over there. We require a proper amount of land with the boundary coverage, then only production can continue on a continuous basis. But if a particular land, if this is the land, let's assume that it is a square there, and we are going to produce of this. So this we can believe that okay, this is our dimension, this is our area where we can produce. Now, if this is divided among the 4 citizens, 4 family members, see the division of land has got reduced. So this is about the National Sample Survey says that the holdings on the land is getting reduced due to our family system, due to our population growth, that every time the division keeps on happening, keeps on taking place. That is why the division of land is on a smaller basis, which actually creates a problem for the production purpose. This part of land may not be suitable for every product. This part of land may be suitable for every product. So this actually becomes a barrier. So this problem we need to overcome. Then only the problem of agriculture system can be solved. The sixth point is lack of rural credit facilities. We do not have the rural credit facilities in our remote areas or in small villages. Means there is no proper banking channel which can actually finance, which can actually give the loans for the production purpose, for the farming purpose. In the failure of that or in the lieu of that, what we do, we land up to some big money holders and they charge a heavy rate of interest, due to which we are under the threat of which we are under the condition or under the impression that we will not earn a higher profit or we are going to be a loser. This is the impression of a general farmer, of a common farmer, that he or she faces. When he or she is not supported by the government through the financing system or through the banking channel, what he or she does, she visits to a local money lender and asks for the money, who charges a high rate of interest compared to the banking channel. On the opposite side, the person who is taking the loan is always under the threat that he may turn into a loss or his product may not be that fruitful. He needs to pay a heavy amount of penalty or interest to the money lender, which actually keeps him threatened. Whenever you are under the threat, whenever you are under the fear of something, you will not be able to produce or will not able to deliver your best. So this is what actually hampers the growth of the agriculture system. Lack of rural credit facilities. We do not have the credit facilities. Today, Grameen banks are operating in the rural masses, but that too does not offer loan procedures that one need to undergo. And since I told you the one point that our population is not that literate, basically the farming sector, the farmers are not very literate, they do not know the paperwork, what to do, how to do. So they are always under the threat. It's better that we quit the banking channel and we visit to a local money lender and we take the amount from him. So this actually is a big problem for the Indian farming system. The next point is inadequate marketing and storage facilities. Now, what happens? Products are ready. The produced by the manufacturer or the farmer is ready. Now, where to sell it out? The first point is where do we sell it out? The second is where to store it out. We cannot keep it in the open area because we are in India, the monsoon can affect any time, rain can come any time. So we need to store it in a particular godam, or we need a godown for that, where we can store it for a longer period of time, for a year to travel on, so that next year we get a better price of it and then we can pay on, then we can release the crop. So what happens with the Indian agriculture system? Whenever a product is ready to be stored, it does not have the storage facilities, or there is no proper market which can give him or her the guaranteed price or the price that the farmers are demanding. For that, the government has come up with a scheme of, there are two schemes that you need to understand. One is BOT and the other is MSP. BOT is build, operate and transfer. The government says build, operate and transfer. The government says, see, the government cannot reach everywhere. This is one bare fact that we need to understand as a citizen of the country. We need to understand we even have the certain responsibilities and we need to fulfill those. So what government says, you build the godowns, you operate it and you transfer it. Build, operate and transfer. You build the godowns as per your need. If you have a surplus fund, you can build the godown in your area, in your locality, and you can operate that and you can transfer me the rights, where I will keep the storage of the all the ready product already produced, wherein it will be kept for as a reserve for the time of emergency, or whenever the market delivers a good price, then only it will be released. So this is called build, operate and transfer. This is basically in the government sector. The government tries to take over from the private sector, or it demands it actually asks the private sector to build, operate and transfer it to it finally, so that it can keep it as a reserve for the general farmers. The next is MSP. MSP is minimum supporting price. MSP stands for minimum supporting price. Now this is a very important term as far as MSP is concerned. It means that the government actually tells the farmers, or actually informs the farmer that you produce the product, you produce the crops as per your need, and if there is no buyer in the market, we are ready to give you the minimum supportive price of the produce. Minimum supportive price of the ready product that you are ready with. Means it is a helping hand to the general farmers, which actually does not depreciate, it does not deliberate itself in the running market, or does not get acknowledged. It gets acknowledged by the government that you produce whatever you want to produce, and if there is no market as such, if there is no buyer as such, I am there to pay you the MSP price, that is minimum supportive price. That is that every year before the rainy season, before the monsoon season, the rates are quoted by the government of India. The government declares a certain rate that this year MSP price is going to be so and so. Now that upon that basis, the government, the farmers take the decision. Okay, we are going to produce, or we are going to cultivate the crops, because we are going to get at least the reserve price or at least the safe hand price is quoted as so and so. So even the farmers are now bit satisfied. Okay, no buyer, government is there with MSP price. Eighth point is, three more points to go. The eighth point is outdated agricultural techniques. I told you we are using the outdated technology. We do not occupy the advanced or the modern technologies. This is the biggest demerits of the Indian agriculture system. We are not equipped to the modern technology, or we are not ready to learn even. This is what actually hampers the growth of the agriculture system. The outdated technology is one where we are using the wooden plugs and bullocks actually used, the ox are used for the farming. Do not use the modern techniques of productions. This is what the demerit is. The ninth is disguised and seasonal unemployment. This is very important, students. You need to understand these two terms: disguised and unemployment, seasonal unemployment. The first term is disguised unemployment, and the next term is seasonal unemployment. There are two terms, disguised and seasonal unemployment. Now what is disguised unemployment? Disguised unemployment is an unemployment where more number of persons are employed than actually required. I repeat, disguised unemployment is an unemployment wherein more number of persons are employed than actually required. Now, for example, this is a land which can be cultivated by 5 people, but in a family there are 7 members. There are 7 members who do not have any sort of work. So what they do, all of them get engaged in the cultivation of this land. Now my first point was, this land could have been cultivated by 5 members only, but now 7 members are there. Those 2 surplus members are actually the disguised unemployed people. Those 2 surplus members are disguised unemployment. So disguised unemployment is in a situation wherein more number of persons are engaged than actually required. 5 members were actually required, but 7 members were engaged. Since the 2 surplus members had no job, had no employment, so they were engaged. So that is why those 2 persons or those 2 members are termed to be as disguised unemployed. The next is seasonal unemployment. Seasonal unemployment means the Indian agriculture system is derived in such a way that we get engaged for a particular season only. During the monsoon season, most of the farmers are engaged, and the remaining part of the year or the other part of the year they remain unemployed. Seasonal unemployment means that on a particular season you are employed, and when the season passes on you become unemployed. So this is seasonal unemployment. This happens during basically the monsoon season, that the farmers are employed and rest of the year they remain unemployed. The last point is lack of agricultural research. Lack of agricultural research says that we do not have any practice of research over here. Our government does not spend any amount, any penny on agricultural research. We do not have the agricultural research college even. There is hardly 1 or 2 colleges in the country which is involved in agriculture work, but that too, when they do not get the supportive hand from the government side, they are not functioning on a very smooth basis. So the lack of agricultural research is the biggest demerit. In order to upgrade ourselves, we need to do the research. We need to have a better understanding of the modern technology, why the developed countries are progressing, why we are lagging behind. That reason we need to find out, that reasons we need to sort out. So in order to sort out those reasons, we need to have a research work on this agricultural line. Then only we can come across the actual reason why we are lagging behind, or what all methods or what all technologies we can adopt so that we can match with the standard of the developed countries. So dear students, this was about the problems of Indian agriculture. What were the basic problems of Indian agriculture that the Indian agriculture system faces today? And tomorrow we'll see the government measures to improve the agricultural production. What government takes as a step to improve the agricultural conditions. Till then, you just read the points and let me know if you have any sort of doubt, any sort of problem is there. You can WhatsApp me in the group, or you can add over here in the comment portion, or even you can contact me. Thank you class. Take very good care of yourself.